So the World Cup continued on into the late hours in the UK, and if you're one of the people who either stayed up to watch this at 3 in the morning or you set your alarm clock and got up like myself, I think it was worth it. I mean, I would say so. I thought it was a really good game. I was worried the first half an hour, if I'm being honest. Obviously, we didn't get any goals in the first half, but the game really came into life in the second half, and I really enjoyed it. Two completely different teams, like South Korea, just pure football, like some really skillful players, and Czech Republic, which I kind of expected it from them. Not a lot of technical ability there. Guys that have played at a high level, but just pure physicality and just playing for the set pieces, which you can't blame them because they were effective. And they could have won this game, honestly. Now, I don't know if that would have been deserved, going off the balance of the game, if I'm being honest. I won't lie to you, I mean, I found it hard not to root for South Korea, just how they play football. I thought South Korea were unbelievable, and I was really happy that they won the game, and I really think they deserved the win, so they did. So let's go over it. The first half, South Korea were the better side. I think throughout the game they were the better side. Son, who obviously is their superstar, obviously getting up there in age, this is probably his last World Cup. But he had a lot of chances. First half, he had a lot of chances. He missed a lot of them. He had some decent opportunities. He had one that went wide, I remember, and he was 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he just had to lift it over him, and he didn't manage to do it. Kind of similar to the situation where Inboom, who scores the goal, the opener, for South Korea. It was kind of similar to the goal he scored because he chipped the goal as well, but he was just a lot more composed and calm, which is why he scored his. But yeah, Son, I wouldn't say he was poor, but he wasn't as clinical as maybe you would think he would be. Even at his older age. But South Korea were easily the best team on the park. Like Inboom and Kangin Lee from PSG was unbelievable. Like Kangin Lee, I mean, what a player. Like seriously, already, I mean, one of the most exciting players at the tournament. It's honestly incredible this guy doesn't play football for PSG. I think it just tells you how good they are. This guy really needs a move in the summer. Like, my goodness. I mean, imagine this guy playing for like a mid-table Premier League side, or honestly anyone in the top 5 leagues. Like, this guy is an insane football player. Like, he's so skillful, so confident, and it's just so exciting to watch. So the first goal, I mean, comes out of nowhere. Czech Republic score from a long throw. It's a long throw through Kufal, former West Ham fullback, and the Czech Republic captain just blasts it in, heads it in. And they go 1-0 up. And listen, South Korea, I'm sure, would know like what a threat Czech Republic are for set pieces, and they were punished for it. Like, as much as I think South Korea were really entertaining, they definitely can be got at, and I think they will be in this tournament if they keep defending like that, especially from set pieces. But it was just clinical from Czech Republic. They took their chance from the set piece for the long throw, and they went 1-0 up, and fair play to them. And then and you did kind of feel at that point, it's like, oh, it's going to be one of those games, in it, where South Korea just can't take their chances, and Czech Republic will be clinical and they'll just get away with it. But luckily, I think for the game itself, that isn't what happened, and South Korea did get back in the game. And as I said before, Inboom, who applies his trade, I think, at Feyenoord, he was unbelievable. Like, I've never really heard of him previously, but I mean, he was sensational. And the goal, as I said before, is very similar to the situation with Son, but instead of like panicking, he takes a touch, he stops himself, he turns, and then he just chips the goalkeeper and the defender, and it just goes in. And it's just a wonderful piece of skill, and it's just a class goal. Like, it's a great World Cup goal. Definitely goal of the tournament so far. I know we're only 2 games in, but yeah, I mean, what a goal. And then, obviously, Czech Republic had another set piece, and I think we all thought that they went ahead again. And this time it's through Thomas Soucek, who, I mean, you just know is always going to be a danger man. He's so good in the air. Reminds me a lot of Marouane Fellaini in that regard. He's just so dangerous in the air. They put in another set piece. Soucek gets on the end of it and it goes in, and you're just thinking it's not South Korea's day. But then on the replay we see that he's offside, and I think he clearly was offside, and I think that just gave South Korea a lot of confidence after that. And they took Son off, which the commentators were kind of questioning that decision. But they brought in Big O, who is a completely different striker to Son. He's just a massive guy, tank of a human being, really physical. And he was the winner. I think it was Mbum who was running down the wing, and O's just in the box. He makes the run, and he just gets caught. All he has to do is get contact on it, and he does it. And I think it actually hits the goalkeeper and it goes in. So it wasn't the greatest finish, but it just tells you if you hit the target, there's a good chance it goes in, and it does. The keeper can't keep it out, and O gets the winner, and it's a great moment. Obviously, former Celtic striker. I actually really liked him at Celtic. Like, I didn't think he was the greatest thing ever, but I thought he was something different to. I think it was Kyogo who was ahead of him at the time. He was just a different kind of striker. He's done really well since leaving Celtic. I think Celtic, if they look back, probably regret getting rid of him, because I think they've really struggled to bring in a decent striker since Kyogo left. So yeah, he's had a good time since leaving. Obviously, I think he went to Belgium, but he's done well, and now he's at Besiktas. But I was really happy to see him get the winner. It was a great moment, and I just think South Korea deserved it in the run of play. They played some really great stuff all game long, and I thought it was a really exciting game. Like, both teams were completely different from each other, which I think made the game really entertaining, especially in the second half. And Czech Republic gave South Korea some worries with the set pieces, but I think the best side won, which was South Korea, who were creating the chances. And I've got to say, after seeing that, I mean, I can't wait to see South Korea and Mexico. I mean, that will be some game. And I did say in the previous video, if you've not seen that, you should watch that, which is going over Mexico, South Africa. I do think Mexico will probably top the group just because they're the hosts, and I do think that'll give them an edge. I mean, you seen how nervous South Africa were playing there, but South Korea definitely have a chance. After watching that, I mean, they were so good against a Czech Republic side who are really, I mean, they're qualifying for tournaments pretty regularly. They're a decent European outfit. They're not a great side by any means. They're not a great technical side, but I mean, they're big physical guys. I mean, they're hard to compete against, and I thought South Korea were unbelievable. Definitely have deficiencies defensively. You can see that, and definitely from the set pieces, they do look like they were struggling a little bit. But at the same time, Czech Republic, I think any team would struggle to defend against them from set pieces. But I think that could be their downfall, South Korea's defensively. But middle to front, they do look a really exciting team. And I've got to say, I'm really looking forward to see what they do in the tournament. I think they'll definitely get to the knockouts. It'll be interesting to see what they are like against maybe some of the top teams, if they can still play like that. But I was really impressed by them, and I'm really excited to watch them again. In terms of Czech Republic, I think they do probably still have a chance to get out of the group. Mexico will be interesting, because I think Mexico were good against South Africa, but you probably do fancy Mexico just because of the home field advantage. You've got to imagine they'll take points off South Africa, but South Africa will be desperate because, I mean, I'm sure they'll be really embarrassed after what happened in the first game. But I could see Czech Republic probably getting through in 3 points. That wouldn't really surprise me. With South Korea and Mexico probably 1 and 2. But I think it's been a really good start to the tournament. 2 games I've really enjoyed. And I think if it's actually worth getting up at 3 o'clock to watch the South Korea game. So a very good start to the tournament, and long may that continue. What did you think of this game, if you did stay up to watch it or you watched the highlights? I was really impressed by South Korea. What did you make of them? How far do you think they can go? Let me know down below, and thanks for listening.